And good morning. It's 7:03 on this Tuesday, November 24th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome. We've got another frosty morning here on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We're glad to have you with us this morning. And we are on the air for Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. The Vanderbilt Center for Women's Health, dedicated to delivering the highest care to women in all stages of life, is now in Lebanon. The Vanderbilt Center for Women's Health provides a wide range of obstetrical and gynecological care, including annual well women exams and pap smears, preventive screenings, pregnancy care, and delivery. They also offer same-day appointments. The Women's Health team is committed to caring for you and your unique needs. You'll also be happy to know that the Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center is now serving patients in Wilson and surrounding counties. This nationally renowned cancer center has experienced on-staff board-certified radiation oncologist, the latest and most advanced radiation technology with pinpoint precision. The Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center treats all types of cancers, provides the highest quality protocol and technology. It has the highest in the industry, in fact, as well as convenient real-time access to clinical data for patients through VanderbiltHealthConnect.com. Hospitals are for healing, new life, and recovery. They're places of innovation, learning, and exploration. But more than anything, hospitals are really about one thing: community. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, honored to serve Wilson County and be part of the great things that are happening here. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, 1411 Baddour Parkway, right here in Lebanon. All right, on this Tuesday, we hope to be able to talk to Kenny Martin, who is the city manager for Mount Juliet. Kenny Martin, are you there? Billy, I'm having some trouble here, and I don't know. You're the Mr. Fix-It guy. And once again, Kenny Martin, we're not hearing you. Maybe we need to call him back on a different line. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip right over to here. But actually, I'm not getting any dial tone on this phone. We may have a problem. Mr. Fix-It is seeing what he can do. And that's one thing about live radio. We always know it's live, and sometimes there's nothing there. But I believe that might be Kenny trying to call in again on the other line here. Yeah, okay, we'll go to line 2 here. Okay, let's see if it'll work now. Kenny, can you hear us? We can't hear you. That's the problem. Well, what do we always say? It was working yesterday. We will, Kenny, don't go away. We're going to see what we can do here, because we sure want to know everything that's going on in Mount Juliet. And of course, as we've said already, our program is presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And they're located at 1411 Baddour Parkway here in Lebanon. Been a hospital there for a long time, but only been Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital for, I think, a little over a year. Well, we got a lot going on here in the background, but it's a matter of changing telephones here, and if we can get this thing to work. I want to hear what Kenny's got on his mind this morning, because he always has a lot of good information about what's happening in the city of Watertown and about their council meetings. So what did I say? Oh, he said Mount. Okay, I'm ad-libbing here. I probably said the wrong thing. City Manager Mount Juliet, Kenny Martin, and tells us what's happening there and in West Wilson County. Lots of growth there, as well as the rest of the county, and we're doing the best we can here. This happens every once in a while, and unexpected, and you deal with the hand you're dealt, and that's what we're trying hard to do here this morning. I do know that next time, which would be a week from today, which will be December 1st. And, we're hearing something now. Now, we're going to have the doctor from Vanderbilt be on again, and a lot of questions are being assembled for us to talk about at that time. And, of course, with the COVID outbreak being worse here of late, a lot to talk about. That'll be a week from today, and we hope you'll join us at that time for the doctor with Vanderbilt in Nashville, and of course available here at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Okay. Two telephones, and neither one of them are working at the moment. If we got a connection problem back there with the cord. You know, in 27 years, I don't think we've had something exactly like this to happen right here. But, by the way, part 2 this morning, Tick Bryan is going to join us. Tick has a song. I'll talk about this for a second here. It's actually, the title of the song is Wilson County, and he has a little CD called Wilson County, the Tick Bryan Band, and about 10 songs on there, one of them being Wilson County. We'll be playing that and talking to Tick about that, and maybe even, I think County Mayor Randall Hutto might have had something to do with him writing that song and something to promote Wilson County, so it's going to be interesting. We still don't have a telephone that is working in here. And MJ, you got anything you want to talk about this morning? Okay, I'll come to you.
All right, let's go ahead and see what's happening on the roadways. We'll take an early update, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Bates Ford. Lifetime brake pad guarantee with the purchase of a brake service. Replacement brake pads will be provided at no cost for as long as the customer owns a vehicle. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, let's go ahead and check in with Chuck.
Good morning. Latest accident, possibly with injuries on Highway 109 in Wilson County near Bates Road. The Highway Patrol is going to work that accident. Again, that's 109 at Bates Road in Wilson County. Still closed here, 24 eastbound at the Sullivan Evans Bridge, just up from Shelby from that early morning shooting situation. The crash being cleared on the Korean Veterans Bridge right now. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Tony and Nikisha Tate. The Tate team, call 554-9795. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
The 2020 Titans have all grown up together. They've had a taste of success in the playoffs, and they're back with Derrick Henry.
Henry 20, Henry 10.
Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Tannehill keeping around right in, driving, he's in.
A stout defense.
Titan ball.
And a head coach in Mike Vrabel who's ready to lead them.
Brought to you by Steve-Lo Plumbing and the Jewelers.
LHS, Cumberland University, and the Tennessee Titans. The winning teams are on WANT 98.9.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday morning. I think we've got it fixed now. Kenny Martin, good morning to you.
Good morning there, Mr. Coleman. Sorry about all the glitches there.
Well, it's not your fault. Actually, it's not mine either, but it's more mine than it is yours, okay? we're glad to be able to hear you here. Honestly, I don't know what happened, but Billy did some patching and it's working. I've got to tell this really quick story here. We've already been to our break, so we won't have another, and you and I'll go to 7:30, but we had a ball game going one time. We're about to go to a ball game, and the thing wouldn't come through, and the engineer here told the guy there at the ball game, says, pick up that box and just slam the out of it, and he did, and the thing worked, and we got the ball game on. Now, we didn't slam it out of the telephone this morning, but anyway, it's working. We're sure glad to hear you. What's going on in Mount Juliet?
Man, it's great, and I hate not being able to see you, Coleman. I know you and I and Billy and MJ hadn't seen each other in a while, but I tell you, this COVID and everything that's going on, I know we're doing the right thing. I'd much rather be there with you and the team, but just want to keep everybody safe. You know, we've got handful of people, probably close to 10 people at our city, either showing symptoms or several with the COVID. So we're just trying to keep everybody safe. We got some really good protocols in place at work, but even with that, you know, with the surge in numbers right now, they're just they're going up regardless. You know, you know, you never know what folks are doing out in their personal lives and all, but I know everybody's doing the best they can. But this stuff's pretty tough, and we just got to do what we got to do to keep fighting through it.
Well, things how are things at City Hall? You doing it a little bit differently, I guess, but I guess you're pretty busy, aren't you?
We are, yes. As far as city operations and all the services we're providing, that's, you know, we hate always having to shut down our facilities. We had opened up for a long time right after we had that initial surge and got back to not really business as normal, but, you know, we were at least had the doors open to where our citizens could come in and we could service them that way. But here recently, out of an abundance of caution, since we did have the internal positive test with several employees, we thought, well, to keep not only them safe, but also the citizens safe, most of our services can be provided, you know, with signing up for sewer and paying your property tax bill, things of that nature, could be done online. And so we went back to that at least through Thanksgiving, and we'll sort of see where we're at after that. And this is what we're going to continue to do until we can get past this.
Did you have a meeting last night?
Yes, sir, we did, and and last night was a unique meeting. You know, it was almost impossible. We could have had it by Zoom, but it's a little hard to swear in 4 new elected officials,
Yeah.
have the judge there and do it by Zoom. And but we did that. Everybody was social distanced, except, of course, for the immediate families, which they live with one another, so that's perfectly fine. And but, yeah, we swore in a new mayor last night. As everybody knows, Mayor Haggerty decided to retire and move on to be with family and grandkids, and we wish him and his family well, and can't really thank him enough in words for, you know, his 20 years of dedicated service. And Commissioner Art Giles, he had ran and was unsuccessful in retaining his seat, but we want to thank him for his nearly 10 years of service. And both great men. We got a new commissioner now. His name is Scott Hefner, and he and his lovely wife were there last night, of course, to be sworn in. He's excited. You know, Commissioner Justice was reelected. Commissioner Mullally was elected. You know, she had been appointed initially.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, our vice mayor is now our mayor. He got elected mayor.
Let me ask something here. As city manager, I would think you are fairly close to all the board of commissioners and the mayor. Are there some you're closer to than others, maybe? And where I'm headed to is you and Mr. Manus.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think just depending upon their work schedules, there's some, you know, that I may have contact with more often. But I think I'm, you know, of course, we've got new commissioners, Commissioner Hefner, so I don't know him as well, so I haven't gotten as close to him. But I can tell you, if there's any sense of getting to know somebody just initially and what you think about them, and, you know, my biggest thing is I'm always hoping the person's going to be a great person, and it's evident that Mr. Hefner's going to be a great person, so I look forward to getting to know him even better. But yeah, I think I get along with them equally. Of course, you know, the more you know about somebody, the more that you served with them, the more you know about them and their kids and things of that nature. But myself and the vice mayor, who's now our mayor, of course, we had worked together for years, and I'm excited about him coming in, and I think he's going to do a tremendous job. He's done a tremendous job as vice mayor. And, yeah, I'm excited about it. He's got 2 beautiful daughters and a wonderful wife. It's in the education system, and I know he loves Mount Juliet. That's most important.
Will there be somewhat of a different atmosphere? And I think usually there's at least a little bit. Sometimes there's quite a bit as the top of the leadership changes. What can we expect there?
Yeah, it's always different. You've got the different visions and goals for any mayor that comes in, and all the years, sort of like city managers or police chiefs, things of that nature. Everybody's got some things they want to implement. But in Mount Juliet's case, I think a lot of those things will be the same with Mayor Manus. For example, public safety is always number one. Quality of life, of course, is right in there. Equally with transportation, and I think his focus has always been on emergency services. And but I think the biggest focus right now, we're doing really well with emergency services. To give you an example, last night at the commission meeting, probably the biggest agenda item, which is something I'd been hoping for the last several years since we implemented our own fire department. For those that may not be aware, when we first started our fire department, Mount Juliet, it was operated solely off the property tax, which brings in probably a little over $2 million, $2.3 million. And the problem with that, of course, the fire department in the city is growing faster than that. So we were going to exceed that number in needs, which is fine because we want to make sure we've got a sufficient and efficient fire department. But the property tax just wasn't going to cover the whole amount. So we've been asking in recent years, and I think there was some desire from the commission to move fire, just like all the other departments, into the general fund.
Well, what about other things last night?
Yeah, and so anyway, I was going to say that the commission did vote to put the fire into the general fund, which is exciting. I think that'll make the process simpler in the future for budgeting, for efficiency, and also for auditing. Of course, other than that, we swore in all the elected officials. That went well, and very happy for them and their families. I know they all ran tough races, and for those that ran and didn't win, we appreciate anybody that's always willing to serve others, because it's sometimes a very thankless job, and they don't make a whole lot of money, and they want to give back to the community. So myself and the team looks forward to helping our elected body do everything we can to bring a great quality of life to those we serve. And I know that sounds hokey, but we can't control anything else outside of Mount Juliet. So our goal is to do everything we can within our corporate limits to make life as peaceful and wonderful and tranquil, and give them sort of that place of, I guess you'd say, peace, to where they sort of get away from some of the other things going on in the world. And we've been blessed with that. One of the other things we did last night, speaking of trying to bring people a higher level of quality of life, is that we had 3 pieces of property that was on the agenda to be voted on to add additional park space. The city's been trying for years to secure some parkland, and we've had some options, still got some options. 2 of those last night we decided to defer for further due diligence. One piece is unique, Coleman, in that it's a local church. It probably has about 20 acres on Mount Juliet Road, and their campus, of course, doesn't consume that entire acreage. Mm-hmm. And the pastor there had reached out to me and said, hey, what if we partnered with the city and you guys, we basically donated the land and you guys built a park. And so our lease on that land for 30 years will be $1 a year. So we'll owe them $30 basically over a 30-year period, but we get the use of the land at no real cost to the citizens. And so all we've got to do is just maintain the land, of course, which is our in-kind contribution. So that passed last night. That'll be called Grace Park at the Villages, which is right on Mount Juliet Road between Lebanon Road and I-40. Very excited about that.
What do you envision that becoming? I guess there are all kind of possibilities. If you've got 20 acres, that's a pretty good little piece of land for a park. And what do you envision?
It is what we're looking forward to doing, and I can remember it, and I feel like that you probably can. When we were kids, there was like a school in every district. There was a little passive park in every district. So what we envision is paved walking trails, of course, which are extremely popular, especially now with COVID upon us. Pavilions, swings, benches, maybe a small playground, nothing massive, just for the small kids. Dog park, things of that nature, more of a passive park and less of, like a community center and basketball goals. We do picture at this one having, because of the lay of the land, have what's referred to as a natural amphitheater. Mm-hmm. And so when I think of that, you think of something that's carved into the hillsides, almost like what Riverfront Park is. Yeah. Where it's a lot of open seating, natural grass, things of that nature, and then a built amphitheater plays and music venues and things of that nature. So trying to build it in such a way that if at the end of 30 years that lease is not renewed, that a lot of those things we would have gotten our return on our investment, or they could be easily moved. For example, the dog park, it's basically fencing, and some shaded areas for the dogs, but everybody loves their pets, and so you can't really add enough. We call them bark parks or pet parks. We're very excited about that, and we'll continue to look at park property going forward in the coming months and doing our due diligence. But our goal is to, again, do everything we can to add to the quality of life for those we serve.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's I would think that what you did last night, voted to approve, is a step in the right direction there.
It is, yes, and I'm excited about it because being there for 31 years, we're going on 31 years. It's always exciting when you're doing these little improvements in your community and you've got the resources. And what's unique about this is the city had a really good vision years ago that when we were getting a lot of the new hotels coming to our community, they started what's called a hotel motel tax, and every community has that. But what you apply that money, those resources to, is really up to the elected body. And what they chose to do is say, okay, let's take that money and set it aside and put it into parks. And so once that money builds up to a certain point, then you've got cash on hand without having to float bonds or borrow money to buy your parkland. And what's cool about that is if you can do that, then any resources beyond that, it's not that expensive to cut in walking trails or to build pavilions and things of that nature. But the land costs, as you can imagine, especially in Middle Tennessee, that can really gobble up a lot of your general funds. So in this case, it's set aside for that case, and I'm excited about that. I think that was a really good idea. And hospitality in the country right now has been a little low because of the COVID. Not as many people's traveling, so those monies aren't coming in like they were. But with the vaccines on the rise, and I feel confident that we'll get back to somewhat normal, whatever that looks like in the future, probably what it is today.
Well, anything else from last night's meeting you want to talk about?
Yeah, one of the unique things is, with the vice mayor moving into the mayor's role, that left a vacancy because I'm not sure if everybody, our listeners remember, but our vice mayor had been elected to a new term 2 years ago. So he still had 2 years, or still has 2 years remaining on that seat. So that opened up that District 2 commission seat. So what the commission, one of the things they talked about last night is over the coming weeks, they'll start accepting interest letters, resumes, applications, I guess you'd say, through a process, the elected body, for those interested that live in District 2 in the city of Mount Juliet can submit their name if they're interested in serving out the remaining 2 years of that term.
Mm-hmm.
And so the commission itself will pick that person at some point in the future, I'd say probably January, and they'll fill that remaining seat. So we've had that happen before. It usually goes quite smoothly, and that'll give us that fifth person on the commission to serve out that remaining 2 years. Another thing that was exciting last night is your dear friend, Commissioner Ray Justice, who you've known for years and worked there at FM at one time. He's been a commissioner for us for years. He was nominated last night and voted on by the elected body to be the city's new vice mayor.
Okay, well, I was wondering who was going to have that, so it'll be Vice Mayor Justice then.
Vice Mayor Justice. So when you see him in the future, if y'all talk, he's excited about it, and I think the commission was proud to appoint him to that. He's served us well for many years and is most deserving, and I believe that was a unanimous vote to appoint him to that post last night. So I know he's very proud of that, and we're happy for him as well. And I've worked with him for years, and I'm excited for him personally as well. And Jamie wants to send his regards. We weren't sure last night if it was going to be him coming this morning or me. And I said, I hadn't got to talk to Coleman and the team lately, so I need to do that in the morning. So I really appreciate it.
Well, I tell you what, I'm sure glad it was you and not him with our telephone fiasco. I don't know what would have happened if he'd been on the phone this morning.
Well, probably Jamie would have come. But,
he probably would have been in studio. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been right there with you, and for no more time than we spend together, it's probably okay. But I guess in my role and all, of course, Jamie, he's an EMT and all, so he knows it better than I do. But I just guess I'm a little bit paranoid about it. I love my parents, but I hadn't got to see them lately either. And my dad, in particular, has had a lot of health issues, and he fell not too long ago and broke his hip, so his immune system's really compromised and already was. So I would just feel awful if I knew I got around my parents as much as I love them, and something happened to them. And of course, you and I were just talking before we got on the radio about another dear friend of ours that is sick. And then one of our previous commissioners I was talking to this weekend, he's in a hospital, and he's from this COVID, and I'm just praying for everybody that's having to deal with it. And it's a serious thing. I think we've all taken it serious from day one, but no matter how good we do to try to keep ourselves safe, it seems like some folks are getting it regardless. So that just makes me want to hunker down even more and be even safer. So I'd love to be there hugging everybody's neck at the station, but I would just feel awful if somebody got sick and I wasn't sure if it was because of me or not.
Well, about the most we're doing around here anymore. We're staying 6 feet apart, but we do bump fists occasionally, and that's about it anymore. What are you going to do Thanksgiving? You will be off that. You're not working that day.
No traveling, and we got our kids will probably come over. My son and daughter-in-law and 2 grandbabies, and we'll do all the right things there too with the hand sanitizers and the mask. It'll be a unique celebration, but it'll be a celebration, and I'm excited about this because my precious daughter-in-law, we have a new grandson coming in January of 2021. So this will be the 3rd. So it's we got a lot to be thankful for, not only in our immediate family, but just in our state and our community of Wilson County. Because I tell you, if you've heard anything about the sales tax recently, Coleman, it's just been it's going really well.
Yeah,
we appreciate our citizens for that because they're shopping locally, and I know that a lot of people are staying home right now, staycations and working from home and things of that nature. But that's blessing our community in so many ways because without their support, if you think about what's going on with COVID, this community would be hurting, and our citizens have stepped up in a big way and lifted their local businesses up, lifted one another up, and I got to commend everybody. I know that sounds hokey. I say a lot of hokey stuff, but I want everybody just to have a fabulous Thanksgiving. If there's ever time that we deserved a good Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's this year, and we do have a lot to be thankful for in spite of this ugly COVID, and we're going to see that full speed just as soon as we get these vaccines and life can get back to what I hope is normal. I hope we put this ugliness behind us and take a big exhale and get on with life again.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us today. Sorry about the interruption at the start, but I think we made it through just fine, and you sounded good, and we've got a lot of good information here. Kitty Martin, thanks again.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you.
All right, that is part 1 of Coleman and Company presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. We'll take a break here. Part 2 coming up on FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:31. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota and Rental, Lamprey, quality tractor implements including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, extremely durable and well built. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still closed here on 24 eastbound at the Sullivan Evans Bridge. It's been closed now for about 3 hours on this early morning shooting where at least 2 people were killed. It's still a mess there on 109 as they work that wreck in Wilson County near Bates Road. 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. A minor collision just reported there. Give yourself extra time, slow it down. We've seen a ton of radar out here. Sleep with the Sharks in a grown-up atmosphere at Ripley's Aquarium in the Smokies, December 26th and 27th. All the details at ripleysAquarium.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
Today's forecast calls for a mix of sun and clouds with temperatures topping out in the lower 60s. For your Wednesday, scattered showers and storms are expected. A few storms could be on the strong side, so stay weather aware on Wednesday. On Thanksgiving Day, highs will top out in the lower 60s with plenty of sunshine. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty. Professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2. It is a Tuesday morning. We always love Tuesdays because Sean Dozier makes his appearance to talk about Hearthside Senior Living. He is here, but my guest arrived before you and sat in the seat you usually occupy. You're to my right today. Good morning.
That's right. I'll let our guest sit there. He's an honored guest, you know.
Yeah, of course.
He's a famous musician, I hear.
Yeah, I guess you've heard that Vanderbilt and UT were scheduled to play.
I did.
The game has been postponed, but Vanderbilt is still going to play. They're going to play Missouri instead. This is one.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is. But
I guess you'll have a game to watch. I won't have much of a game to watch.
Mike Jennings got off the hook at least for now.
He was going to try to sneak in, and I guess he'll have to postpone that.
I don't know what's going to happen on that. Well, we better get to what you're here for, and that is, of course, Hearthside Senior Living, Retirement and Assisted Living Community. You've got really a great thing going there at 215 Caslights Avenue North.
Well, I just want to say I'm thankful. I don't have much of an agenda today, just to say thank you, and thank you to you and MJ and Billy, and it's always good to see y'all every Tuesday to talk about.
And thanks, Susie, too.
And Susie, absolutely. Susie.
Her radio
That's
station.
right, Susie. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody. Hearthside has been a wonderful tradition over the years.
Well, we appreciate you.
Oh, well,
without
thank you.
our advertisers, we wouldn't be very far, and you've been a good one.
Thank you. Well, it's been a good one over the years, and it's been good for us. I tell you, every week somebody hears me on the radio and talks about Hearthside, so it's good for us, and we get a lot of referrals from this commercial. And
that's one of the differences. Now, you run some taped commercials. Actually, it's my voice on the tape. We heard one a while ago. But this is different. Live radio here for 5 or 6 minutes. You never know exactly what we're going to say.
No,
we don't have any agenda except to talk about Hearthside mainly.
That's right. That's right. And it's good. It gives you a little personality. It gives you a chance to give a Hearthside hello every once in a while. Right. And a lot of people enjoy that. So anyway, I appreciate everybody here, and I appreciate the community who's been so supportive over the years, and I appreciate our staff. This has been a tough year. They've done a tremendous job, and our residents have stuck in there with us. It's going to be a tough couple of weeks for them, as they hunker down a little bit more. But our families have been very, very supportive, and just grateful. Just grateful this morning.
Well, right, and even though we've had at adverse times had some situation we don't like, but people have adapted to that fairly well. I think they've understood. We don't like it, but we got to do it for the safety of everybody.
That's right. With first couple of months there, we were really hunkered down. We really weren't even going outside very much. And then the last couple of months, we've been able to open up our porches, and our families have been able to visit on the porches. And then now we can bring people inside the building in our living room where they can visit each other. So it has opened up a little bit. As long as we stay COVID free, we are right now, we can allow those visits. So that's been very good for our residents.
Being very careful.
We're being very careful. We're being overly careful. We're social distancing. We're wearing our mask. We're washing our hands. Our staff, really, the staff is where it can come in. Really. So we're doing all we can do. We've got a new system where it takes your temperature automatically when you come in the door and ask you some questions. So we're doing everything we can to protect our residents, and so far so good.
Well. What will you be doing Thursday?
Thursday we have a big meal planned. Crystal and Elaine are cooking a big Thanksgiving meal, so all the residents are going to enjoy that. We've got a couple of events coming up where we're going to take the residents out, maybe 5 at a time on a bus to look at the lights around town. So we've got several Christmas things planned, several Thanksgiving things planned that day. So I'm looking forward to that.
You got a Hearthside hello this morning.
Well, I do. I did have one. I looked on my Facebook page and I saw the mayor-elect, Rick Bell's birthday's tomorrow, and I thought it'd be a good political move to wish him a happy birthday. I wouldn't do it for a council member, but I would do it for the mayor-elect. So happy birthday to Rick Bell.
Well,
said hello. I might need a sidewalk or something, in the next 4 years. So
since you've
happy
been
birthday.
his campaign manager, you probably can get anything you want.
No, but I do want to wish Rick a happy birthday. He's been great to work with, and I think he's sworn in next Wednesday. So
yeah.
Happy birthday.
All right. Well, all right, and let me say also happy birthday and happy Hearthside hello to Rick as well.
Yeah,
So
you'll see him every week.
he's going to be here on a special deal next Thursday.
Good.
We're going to talk about what he's got, a 100-day plan.
Yeah, 100-day plan to get things moving.
Okay. All right. Well, Sean Dozier, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you
Happy
next
Thanksgiving
week.
to you, Coleman.
All right. Sean Dozier, he is Executive Director of Hearthside Senior Living, Retirement and Assisted Living Community at 215 Castlights Avenue North. You can reach him at 615-443-1994. 22 before the hour, I have invited Tick Bryan to come out this morning. Now, let me say, you don't get Tick just any time you want him. Not every day of the week is he available, but good morning.
That's true.
You
You're
have
very
other
fortunate to have me here
other
today.
obligations, family obligations.
Yes, since the school system has given parents the option of having what they call virtual classroom, I've been the designated coach / teacher, and I say teacher in very small words because I am not that. But I stay with my granddaughter every day, 5 days a week, and help her with the virtual classroom.
Yeah.
She goes to Byers Dowdy Elementary, and it's a great program they have. She really enjoys it, and of course, she doesn't want my help, of course. And she's doing really good, makes good grades, and she's a whiz, on the computer stuff, you can imagine. And
how old is she?
She's 10.
Okay. Hey, by the way, what are you doing with a police jacket on this morning?
Well, this is actually my wife's jacket.
Oh.
This is she's a dispatcher,
Okay, I get it. All right.
At
I'd forgotten
Lebanon
about that.
Police.
Not even sure I knew.
Yeah, she's planning on retiring next year, I hear. So I'm going to have to find her something else to do.
All right, I've already promoted you just a little bit this morning, and the reason I have this CD cover in my hand here, MJ has the CD we're going to play a little bit this morning, but your father, T.A., brought this out, gave it to me, I think a few days before you actually released it, maybe.
True.
And I don't guess we played it before it was supposed to be played or whatever.
And I appreciate that.
But anyway, this talk about the Tick Bryan Band. We're going to keep people in suspense a little bit because we'll go to a break in about 4 minutes, and we come back from a break. We'll play your song. But let's talk about your band. You have been kind of in and out of music over the years. I mean, you seem to be much more musically inclined than either of your brothers. There are three Bryan boys, Tommy and Tick and John, and each one of you has an area of expertise, really, but I don't think the others inherited or have obtained the musical proclivity you have.
No, you're correct about that. They're both pretty much tone deaf, and I think John would have more of a talent of being like a lounge singer, in Las Vegas or something. He's always a big show off, and we have actually done a few things together, entertainment wise, and it's always off the cuff, and it's always it's pretty hilarious. You can imagine. It's pretty hilarious.
With John, anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, when did it start with you?
Well, when I was probably a junior in high school, I had an interest in playing guitar. But it all really started with me when I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and as a little kid, I was probably 6 years old. I was, mesmerized by the Beatles, and you remember how big that was.
About 1964,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I was always listening to music on the radio. My mom always had music playing, WCOR, and back then you were playing the top 40 and country and easy listening. It was like 3 different formats. And I got a little bit of everything. And then when I got in high school, in junior high, I played in the junior high band. And
what instrument you?
Trumpet.
Oh, okay.
Played trumpet. I wanted to be like Herb Alpert.
Yeah.
My mom bought these Herb Alpert records.
The Tijuana Brass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I did that for a couple of years, and I didn't play in the high school band. I became a football manager for the Blue Devils, and I did that for 4 years. Really enjoyed that. But in my junior year, I started playing guitar, and not long after that, I started a band, that summer, and we rehearsed all summer. And we started playing at school, at the assemblies and things. And before you know it, I don't know where all this came from, but that's back when live music was really popular, And we started gigging all over the place. I mean, we played in Gallatin and Springfield and all different, just, I guess, from word of mouth.
Did you get paid for it?
Oh, yeah. We always got paid. That's how I got our lead guitar player. I saw them playing somewhere, and they pretty much were playing for free, and he was really good. And I said, I'm starting a band. Do you want to join my band? I said, we're going to make money. We're going to get paid. And that's what got him in the group. So, and we did. Back in the day, I can't remember exactly. We might have been playing for $200 a gig or something.
But you made a little money.
Oh, yeah.
You made more than paying expenses.
Oh, yeah. And we were buying equipment and everything with the money that we were making, And we do these Saturday night dances up in Orlando, Tennessee. And we did those gigs several times and played out at Cedar Forest.
Were you still in high school?
Yeah, I was still in high school.
And your mother and father didn't?
Yeah, no, that was really strange. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd even let my kid do what we were allowed to do, but we always came back in one piece.
Yeah.
And then, through college, I still played some. And after college, I started started playing country music.
Oh.
In 1981, one of our former rock band members said, I think I can get us a gig playing in this country band, And I said, well, I don't play country music. He said, well, they're needing a bass player. And I said, well, I don't play bass. He said, it don't matter. He said, you just come to the audition, So I went to the audition without a bass and was just talking to the guy, and he hired us. And so I went out the next day and bought a bass, and that's how I learned to play bass, playing country music. And it was a great experience. We went on the road. I could tell you, but I did that for 10 years, And
you made a living.
Yeah. Of course, I was still living at home. Yeah. And I didn't have kids. I didn't have a wife. And that's pretty much how you cut your expenses, when you're, of course, we were living in a van down by the river, but I had a van. I was able to pay for my van and everything. I mean, we were on the road playing all the time.
Well, you got a pretty good business mind, too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you pinch some pennies and quarters and dollars.
Yeah, and I was pretty much the manager, too, But then we played for Charlie Bandy. I don't know if you remember that guy, but he was a good singer. Yeah. We got a video. We shot a video down here at the cable station back in '85, and we recorded it at my mom's house, the audio track. And they played it for a long time down there, but we used that as a promotional video to get more gigs. Yeah. And it turned out really well. It's on YouTube,
We are a little past time for a break, and we're going to have to get to the main reason you're here when we come back. But a break right here. Tick Bryan is with us. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:47. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. I want to thank Bates Ford and the regular oil change. It's only $24.95 up to 5 quarts of oil. Tax and disposal, $16.73 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. All lanes are back open. They have been restored here on 24 eastbound up by the football stadium here over across the Solomon Evans Bridge from that early morning shooting. Again, all lanes have been reopened. That'll help traffic. It's still a mess there on 109 as they clean that wreck up in Wilson County near Bates Road. OHB at Franklin Pike and Brentwood checking on a collision there. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Tony and Nikisha Tate, the Tate team, 554-9795. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The Dancing Lights of Christmas is back for their 11th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. For just $25 per vehicle, you will experience the dazzling sights and sounds of over 2 million lights synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes without ever leaving the safety and comfort of your own vehicle. The Dancing Lights of Christmas, 5 p.m. nightly, November 13th through January 3rd. Don't forget to visit Mistletoe Merchant's holiday shopping event with over 100 merchants showcasing their one-of-a-kind items, December 4th through December 6th. Attend both events and get discount tickets.
Get excited for Christmas as you take a stroll through Fiddler's Grove Historic Village and see the buildings come to life with animated Christmas decorations. Bring your friends and family to enjoy this safe outdoor adventure. CDC guidelines are being followed. Masks encouraged. Hand sanitizing available throughout the walk. Tours available Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. now through December 19th. More details at fiddlersgrovetennessee.com. For the love of Tennessee, visit Wilson County and travel safe.
Vanderbilt Health is honored to announce the newest addition to our family of hospitals, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital in Lebanon. This hospital will provide care for Wilson County residents with the goal of improving the health and well-being of our newest community. Hospitals are for healing, new life, and recovery. They're places of innovation and learning. At the end of the day, hospitals are all about one thing: community. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Let's do great things together.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Tick Bryan is with us this morning. Tick is a member of the City Council, but we're I guess we could say we're politics and government free this morning. We're not talking about that. You get enough of that in real life. But want to play your song here in just a minute. But you have this CD. It's called Wilson County, the Tick Bryan Band. There are 10 selections on here. We're only going to have time, as much as you and I want to talk, we're probably going to have time to hear one. But this song, Wilson County, tell us about it a little bit here.
Well, a couple of years ago, I was at a party for Rick Bell. It was his 50th birthday party or something, maybe. And the Mayor Hutto was there, and we were sitting together, me and him and his wife and his daughter. And he mentioned to me something about wanting me to submit a song for a county song, an official county song. And he said that they were wanting a flag, an official county flag. They had neither of those, and I wasn't aware of that. But I wrote one, and I used the theme, Wilson County is the place to be, because that is the motto or the theme or something. I've seen it on.
Yeah, we had a thing like that going, I believe, at the time.
Yeah, and I've seen stickers on businesses with that theme on there. So I basically took that idea, and after speaking with his daughter that night, she, at that time, I don't know where she lives now, but she was living in Nashville, and she was telling me that she missed being home and all that. And I got to thinking, well, I can kind of, finagle that into something. And that's how I came up with it. It was about a person who, like a lot of young people, of course, I was never this way, but they say that I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be here. There's nothing for me here. I'm going to go out and whatever, get away from here. And it's about a guy that did that, said that, but then he realized once he got out there that Wilson County is the place to be.
All right. Well, why don't we turn it loose right now and listen to it? MJ, if you're ready, play Tick Bryan's band, Wilson County.
I lived years on the open road, reaping things from the seeds I sowed. But the only thing that was clear to me, Wilson County is a place to be. Wilson County is a place for me. Wilson County is the place to be. Finest place in Middle Tennessee. Open your eyes and you will see. Wilson County is a place to be. Wilson County is a place for me. you're searching for a place to go, take it easy, there's a place I know. Look no further and take it from me. Wilson County is the place to be. Wilson County is the place for me. Wilson County is the place to be. Finest place in Middle Tennessee. Open your eyes and you will see. Wilson County is the place to be. Wilson County is a place for me. So I packed my gear in a gunny sack, and I told everybody I'd never come back. But that rearview mirror kept telling me Wilson County is the place to be. Finest place in Middle Tennessee. Open your eyes and you will see. Wilson County is the place to be. Wilson County is the place for me. Wilson County is the place to be. Wilson County is the place for me. Wilson County is the place to be. Wilson County is the place for me. Wilson County is the place to be. Wilson County is the place for me.
Okay, there you have it. Tick Bride Band. Wilson County is the place for me. Wilson County is the place to be. All right.
Amen.
Okay, you had a little help on that.
Yeah, I did. I met this fella and his wife, believe it or not, at Lowe's about 3 years ago. His name is Phil Ross, and his wife, Charity Ross. They were in an apartment picking out some 2x4s, and me, I'm always singing to myself, and people think I'm crazy. But he heard somebody singing. This is the way he explained it to me. He heard somebody singing, and he thought it was either an angel or Steve Perry from Journey. So he said, "Hey, was that you singing?" I said, "Yeah, that was me, yeah." And he said, he said, "Do you do any performing or anything?" I said, "Well, believe it or not, people used to pay me to do that." He said, "You're right, I don't believe it." So we got to talking, and we were playing down at the nursing home. Mm-hmm. My dad, he arranged the whole nursing home gig. But me and Eddie Testament and a bunch of us were playing down at the nursing home every Sunday, and we needed a bass player. And I said, "Why don't you come down to the nursing home and play with us?" And him and his wife did that for a while. And then I found out he owned a studio in North Carolina back in the day, and he was big into gospel music, mixing and recording gospel singers. Big, humongous concerts and things like that. So he told me that he could do all that. I said, "Well, I've got some equipment. We ought to cut a song." And the first thing we did was it was a jingle I had to write for. I can't remember who it was for now, but anyway, Dickey's Barbecue. Yeah, it was Dickey's Barbecue. I had to write a jingle for Dickey's Barbecue, and he helped me do that. It turned out really good. And we got to thinking, well, I got some more songs. And then when Hutto came up with this idea about Wilson County, we started working on that. And by that time, we had all of our equipment together. And so at that point, we decided, hey, let's just get all these recorded. I've had these for years. Now, these aren't new songs. The newest song is the Wilson County song. Mm-hmm. But this track number 2, Reflection in Your Eyes, was written in 1983 when I was still at the Wilson World newspaper.
Yeah, I listened to that the other day. I like that.
Yeah, that was a Ray Dean Carter friend of mine. He was working for us at that time, and that's more on the country side. And the further you go down, and I also included a couple of songs by some songwriter friends of mine, Anytown USA, Rick Klang. I met him many years ago, excellent songwriter from Nashville. I just felt like, he needed some exposure, and it's a great song.
We're about to run out of time. Where is this available? You're selling these?
Yeah, you can buy one on my Facebook page, Tick Bryan Band on Facebook, and there's a little button on there that says Shop Now. Or you can go to bandcamp.com. That's one word, Bandcamp, BANDCAMP.com. And you can listen to all the tracks there and either buy a single or you can buy the entire album off of there. Or I'm sure my dad will have some at 113 East Main Street if you want to run by his office and pick up one.
What's one sell for?
$10.
Okay.
Yeah. Now online they're a little more because you have to ship. It's about $2.80 to mail one.
Well, I'm sort of surprised you don't have that song about the big city.
Yeah, me too. That was really my first song on a 45. And you remember that, and it was your idea to title it City.
You had 2 versions. Okay.
Yeah, I had 2 versions.
We don't have time to get. But we wish you well with this, and
thank you.
And the Wilson County thing, I think all of us can identify with that. And if you've been here long, even if you haven't, a lot of people come in here and love Wilson County from the start. You and I have been around a long time.
We sure
still
have.
Love Wilson.
Oh yeah, we sure do, and always will. It is the place to be.
Right here in Middle Tennessee.
Exactly. Hey, I can do one
Tick,
with that.
thanks for being with us today. I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I hope to do it again sometime.
All right. Well, that is it for a Tuesday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Wednesday edition. Till then, I wish you a terrific day.
The 8 o'clock news brought to you by THW Insurance Services, an independent agency offering a variety of products and services for your protection. A Middle Tennessee pastor is calling for an end to COVID-19 restrictions. About 200 people attended a Faith and Freedom event at Legislative Plaza yesterday. Pastor Greg Locke of Global Vision Bible Church in Mount Juliet led the rally, saying the greatest economy in world history was damaged by fear. Pastor Locke said God did not give man a spirit of fear, but of love and power of sound mind, adding the coronavirus outbreak is politically motivated and not supported by